Hello, welcome to episode 6 of season 2 of Tiger SportsPage. I'm your host, Angelina Lopez, and we're joined today again by our athletic director, Kendrick Brown. Hello, Coach. How are you?
Angelina, doing well. Glad to be in for another installment. A few weeks have gone by, and a lot of good things have happened in the world of athletics for Weibo Nation.
Yes.
And so we're here to talk about some of those things.
We're going to jump in and start with the hard questions right now.
Hard questions.
At the time of the recording, we're done with cross-country regular season, almost done with volleyball regular season, and about 2/3 of the way through football regular season. Did our teams meet the expectations you had at the beginning of their respective seasons?
That is a tough question. You look at the conclusion of our cross-country season just completed on last week. The thing that we're really proud about is our numbers and PRs. Numbers meaning we had quite a bit of participants on our girls' side as well as our boys' side, and that kind of almost tripled from what it was last year. So we were real pleased with that. More so, I'll segue into the middle school. The previous week, we had a middle school cross-country meet. Our participation numbers and PRs were at an all-time high, so that's something that's very promising now. We do have our regional qualifier going to regionals. I think that's coming up next week. I'm drawing a blank, but real pleased with the overall result there. I think when you look at our volleyball is in kind of the late parts of the season. They've had some wins and they've had some defeats. I think the thing that we're looking for there is growth within the program. And we talked about that a few weeks ago, is really seeing the growth. I think the wins it's not really there where we really want them to be. But the growth, again, I want to continue there, is the growth, and to continue to see that growth as the season ends is something that we'll be paying close attention to. Our football team, when you look at them, again, they started out a lot of people 0-3, a lot of people writing them off the charts for whatever reason. But today, as we stand, currently they're 3-0, tied for first place in district. That is a big bright spot. On Friday night, they have a big game against Duncanville, who's also 3-0. So they're right where they need to be, and we're proud of them. And again, you look at where we want our sports to be at the end of the day. We want them to really maximize their potential for whatever that is that year. Cross country, absolutely, they've done that. Volleyball, that story is still left to be told. And of course, football is ahead of schedule right now.
Okay. Team by team, do you wish something had gone differently for their seasons? And please give examples.
Yeah, I think that when you look at the previous question you just asked me, one of the things when I look at volleyball, where there have been some mid-season struggles, and one of the things you wish you could have done as an athletic director is you wish you maybe could have gotten the help of the coach or the coaches in there earlier. Because I think the one thing that I think a lot of people don't really know about volleyball is they went a while without a coach. And without a coach to really lead them. So the direction, I really think if the thing I would like to have back is more time on the front end for volleyball, so they could have gelled a little bit better, get to know coach. I mean, she came in there late. And so that's the one piece that I wish I had more time, or the volleyball team had more time to gel prior to the season. But in our other areas, I don't think there's any things that you wish to have back. I think those other sports are right on par with where we need them to be. And I think the thing that I would say that we're wanting to continue to have is the luck on our side as we move down this last stretch of football season.
Okay. What are some challenges these teams, again, team by team, faced during their season? How did they meet those challenges and grow from them?
And let's with the one that's concluded. You got two. You got volleyball, and you also have cross country. I think the challenges there in cross country again is I just think the awareness of the sports and the awareness that this is a sport that, man, you could play a primary sport and still go out and run and compete. I think that's what a lot of our athletes are seeing. I think a plus to that is coaches that really get out and recruit other kids in the building, other athletes in other sports. I think that has been the biggest thing that I can really draw from with cross country. Is I've been really impressed with the recruitment of Lancaster kids at the high school level and at the middle school level, and I think that's the some of the pillars you got to have to be a successful, especially in that particular sport.
For the 3 fall teams, team by team, what are their growth areas, and how are you and the district and the school administration going to help facilitate that growth?
It's a good question. The big thing and this may be another visit, but I think what's really that's going to be big for Tiger Athletics in the spring is we're going to be introducing intramurals at the elementary level. And so one of the things that we're seeing and I'm seeing and that we really have got to do a better job connecting is we're finding out with the lack of youth sports here in the city that a lot of our kids, especially these skill sports, your volleyball, even basketball, and in the same sense football, that the lack of our kids in our elementary level actually participating in that sport is low. And so what we're going to be kicking off this spring is intramurals within our elementaries. And we're going to just introduce some of these sports to all of our kids at the elementary levels, hoping to really gain more of a specialized skill set. And we think that's needed, that our kids need to touch the ball more in volleyball, that our kids need to be more aware of some of the basic fundamentals that you got to have in some of these other sports. And that's the way we're going to try to bridge the gap. And I also think it comes with the vertical alignment of what we're doing at our middle school is really kind of getting more participation numbers at our middle school level. And that is going to feed into our high school. And that is where I think you're going to see some of the biggest improvements in athletics because more kids are participating, more kids are having success playing those particular sports. And really, that's what breeds championship teams. So we've done it in some of our key sports. That's kind of been the way. One of the things that we're trying to bridge and close the gaps is in some of those not so popular sports is to get more participation, to get more excitement, for them to feel like they're really appreciated. And so when you look at things that we can do to grow, it's really honing in and really giving those other sports the attention that they need to be successful.
Basketball is starting. Give us a quick preview as well as your expectations for the women's team. Then for the defending state champions men's team.
Yeah, I think our women's team, the expectations is, we fully expect that group, our young ladies, our girls program to be contending for a playoff spot. We really feel that team, and of course, as the season grows, its levels to it. But if we feel like we can improve along the way, not only are we a playoff team, but I think this is a team because of the youthfulness that it had and because of some of the veteran leadership. We do have a state championship caliber coach that's going to be leading that program, and we're excited about that. So I think that's one of the sports that the people around the high school and around the town, I would be keeping close eyes on our girls basketball program because I think they have the potential to have something specialist brewing there. I'll just leave it at that from that standpoint. Now, you also asked about boys basketball. What do we say? Well, what can I say about a boys basketball program that anyone can tell you? The expectation for that group is to go compete for a state championship. It hadn't changed. I think Coach Douglas would tell you the goal is to get out and start playing well early. They're going to play a very tough schedule. They're going to be tested very early. In the beginning, they could get off to a really good start. They also could be a team that may play some really good teams, and they may have some close defeats. We don't know. But in the end, because of everything that they're doing, and Coach Douglas, his favorite word is levels to everything that he does. There's levels to it, and that's his favorite saying. I think at the end of the day, come district time, those boys are going to be ready to play and compete for a district championship. Once it's time for the playoffs to begin, they'll find ways to turn it up to another level. This year will be no different for them.
Thank you so much,
Yep.
Coach. Have I forgotten to ask you anything, or do you have anything to add?
No, I just think the key to all of this is really what we're doing today. It's having this podcast, is sharing and giving insight on the day-to-day workings and the day-to-day doings of our sports programs. And I just want to thank you guys for the work that you guys do each and every day. And to do something like this takes time and effort. And on behalf of our athletic department, we do appreciate it. And if there's anything we can do to continue to make the podcast better or the program better, we're all in this thing to do that. And again, just thank you guys for everything that you do.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in this week. Come back next week as we interview our head male basketball coach, Baron Douglas. Those of you listening to the podcast on your favorite podcast app, either Apple Podcast or iHeart or Spotify, please like and rate us. That will allow us to appear higher and gain more listeners. If you're watching the YouTube feed, which comes out a bit later than the audio feed, please like and subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified every time we post a new video. Bye.